Hello dear students. So then the next concept that we are going to look into is the wind rose diagram. So wind rose diagram means it is a diagram which represents the wind characteristics or wind properties. So namely the direction, the duration and the intensity. That is in which direction the wind is going to blow, for how much duration or for how much time period the wind is going to blow, and what will be the intensity of the wind, that is how much speed, what will be the speed of the wind. So this wind rose diagram is drawn with the wind properties known to us. So the wind properties are to be known at a particular place. So let me tell you why we need to use the wind rose diagram. Wind rose diagram plays a very important role in the airport management, especially in the runway direction or runway orientation. We all very well know that we require a runway for landing and takeoff operations of the aircraft. So we need to know that what direction should be given to the runway. So that is called the orientation of the runway. So orientation of the runway should be such that there should be smooth operations of the landing and takeoff. So to know that, we have to draw the wind rose diagram. So by wind rose diagram we will get to know the what is the best orientation of the runway, or in which direction the orientation of the runway should be done. So before that we need to study the wind data of that particular place where the airport is going to come up. So if we need to take the wind data, so what are the characteristics of the wind that we have to know? As I discussed previously, the duration, the direction, the duration and the intensity of the wind at that particular place. So that data is called the wind data, and wind data should be collected for a time period of 5 years in that particular place, preferably up to 10 years if we are going to collect the wind data for that particular place where we want to construct the airport. That is fair enough. So at least we should have 5 years wind data with us before the construction of the airport. So this wind rose diagram will give us the best orientation of the runway. So before wind rose diagram we need to know the wind data. The wind data can be collected for a time period of 5 years, preferably it is of having 10 years means it will be very good. Okay, so then we have to consider the orientation of the runway. Now when we consider about the orientation of the runway, it is very important that we need to know the runway is to be oriented, or it should be given the direction of the existing winds or the prevailing winds. In what direction the wind is blowing at that particular place, that needs to be known exactly, so that will help us in the operations of the takeoff and the landing. So the prevailing wind direction is very important for the orientation of the runway. So now when we talk about the prevailing winds at that particular place or existing wind at that particular place, it is very important that we need to know some technical terms. So that is headwind, crosswind component, calm period, wind coverage. Okay, these are few of the technical terms that we need to notice or take care of when we are going for the orientation of the runway. So first let me tell you what do we mean by a headwind, then we'll come up with the or go with the next technical terms. So here you can see, so kindly consider this as an aircraft. It is not looking that much perfectly as an aircraft, but just assume that this is an aircraft. Okay, so here you can see I have considered this as the takeoff operation of the aircraft, and I have considered this as the landing operation of the aircraft. So here you are able to see something called as the headwind, right? This is called the headwind. See the direction of the headwind here. This is considered for the takeoff direction. See the direction of the headwind. This is considered for the landing operation. So So headwind means it is the wind that is blowing opposite to the nose or the front part of the aircraft. This may be for takeoff and landing operation as well. Okay, the direction opposite or the wind direction which is opposite to the nose of the aircraft. This is the front part, that is the nose of the aircraft. The direction of the wind opposite to the nose of the aircraft during takeoff operation and during landing operation as well. This is called the headwind. So here you can see, now this is the takeoff. The aircraft is going to go like this, right? The aircraft is going to go like this, but the wind is coming in the opposite direction to the aircraft. So this is the headwind. Similarly, this aircraft is trying to land. This is the direction of the aircraft, and see this wind. This wind is coming in the opposite direction to the nose of the aircraft. This is the front part or the nose of the aircraft. So this is the headwind. So what is the advantage of having this headwind? So this is very important because it will give us good economical characteristics for the runway. That is, if you are having good headwind, it will reduce the length of the runway. That is, we can give a shorter length of the runway there. So in the sense, you can see now this aircraft is taking off. Okay, so this headwind is blowing opposite here. What it will do is, this headwind will give the lift to this craft or to the wings of the aircraft. Okay, this headwind which is blowing opposite to the nose of the aircraft will give lift to the aircraft while it is taking off. Okay, this headwind will give lift to the aircraft while it is taking off. Similarly, this aircraft, it is landing here. So it is landing here. The headwind is opposing the landing, right? The headwind is blowing in the opposite direction to the nose of the aircraft. And what will happen? This headwind which is opposing the landing of the aircraft, it will have a frictional effect with this. That is, this headwind will act as a braking force for the landing of the aircraft. So if this headwind naturally acts as a braking force for the aircraft, so it is obvious that the landing can be done in a shorter length of the runway because there is an additional braking force given by the headwind. In the similar way, if you want to take the lift for the aircraft will travel certain distance on the runway, right? We very well know that. But if the headwind is trying to lift the aircraft along with the natural lifting force of the aircraft, the engine is already there in the aircraft and the aircraft is trying to lift itself. That is always there. But this headwind is acting as an additional lifting force for the aircraft so that the length of the runway will be shortened. So it is very important we give the orientation of the runway knowing the headwind direction. Okay, this is why the headwind is very important. In the next videos, we will consider the next technical terms.